Denver is moving into the future with its first driverless shuttle and making room for social marijuana consumption spots. I'm Rebecca Jacobson, and here's what's happening in your city now. In November 2016, Denver voters approved granting businesses the ability to apply for a license to allow for adult marijuana consumption in designated areas. At this week's special City Council Committee on Marijuana, the members took up the issue of distance requirements for these social consumption locations. On this map of Denver, the green areas are where an applicant can open a social consumption site, and the brown areas are where it is currently prohibited. Committee discussion focused on reducing the separation distance from 1,000 to 500 feet, with the exception of schools. And there are some challenges.
Like if you look at Broadway and you just take out all the places that already have a liquor license, which also prevents this from happening. And that's before you even get into talking about the business model, which we've touched on, which is how do I open a place where you come to consume something that you can't sell?
There's an area hotel or anything else where you can actually use the marijuana, and so we do get marijuana use in public places quite a bit because there are no options.
The other big hurdle is how many bars would we have? How many places to socially consume alcohol if one of the rules we had is you can't sell alcohol at that establishment?
Apparently, it's not as easy as it sounds. More discussion will take place at this committee before any official action is taken. This week, Council wore red and red dress pins, but this colorful statement had nothing to do with fashion. Council proclaimed Friday Wear Red Day to bring awareness to women's heart disease.
But to learn that every 80 seconds a woman dies from cardiovascular disease is pretty alarming. I want to encourage you all to talk with your sisters and your mothers and your daughters and encourage not only the education, but to get out and move.
To learn more and to donate to the cause, visit goredforwomen.org. Denver traveled boldly into the future on Tuesday, debuting a new driverless shuttle on our public roads.
Denver is a leader in this smart city technology. This is the first driverless shuttle to be deployed at a transit-oriented development site around the country. So I'm pretty excited about what's happening here. We get a chance to test it here, work out the kinks, but more importantly, we get to lead the nation in really deploying this in technology. It's going to lead our lives very shortly.
The autonomous vehicle debuted at Panasonic near the 61st and Peña Rail Station. It helps address public transit's first mile, last mile challenge, getting to and from transit stations.
This will be able to move you from the station to parking lots, to hotels, ultimately to some of the residences. So we're connecting businesses and residential to the station. It's going to be very important.
And of course, some might wonder, is it safe?
I think one of the biggest features of our technology is we use a lot of redundancy. And so instead of just using one sensor set, we use multiple different layers of sensors. So when the vehicle is driving forward at different speeds, it's reading up to 100 meters out and deciding what decisions it has to make for potential obstacles coming forward. And we have backup. It's all overlapping. So we have some sensors. If one sensor was to fail, there's overlapping sensors to keep the technology there.
It was a very smooth, very comfortable, clean ride because it's an electric vehicle and it's smart. So we saw a couple times where it actually stopped and acknowledged something in the road. There was another shuttle there. It stopped, it allowed it to proceed. It doesn't take long for you to forget it's an autonomous vehicle because it's so comfortable.
There will also be a safety ambassador on board to help answer questions and ensure passenger safety. With the nation caught in the grip of the polar vortex, Denver's homeless are at risk of succumbing to injury or even death from the cold. In response, Denver Mayor Michael Hancock is asking for your help in alerting services that can lend assistance and potentially save lives.
You know, when we go about the process of reaching out and providing assistance to those who are homeless in our city, every one of us in Denver can play a critical role in making sure that when we see something that we reach out and try to provide assistance. And if it's not possible for us to do that, pick up the phone and call 211 or go to this website and allow for us to be aware in the city of Denver of those who need our assistance, and we'll make sure we dispatch our outreach teams.
You can catch new episodes of Your City Now every Friday. Thanks for watching, Denver.